everyone. Welcome back and welcome to your yoga practice today. If you're new to my channel, I'm Daria, and in keeping with the monthly theme for October, which is magic, today's practice is called Spellbound. Spellbound meaning totally like enchanted by an experience. With your attention completely immersed in something. And this is one of my favorite aspects of the yoga practice, is being able to go so deeply into the breath and into the physical body and link all of these pieces into one experience that is entirely captivating. And so that's what we'll be working with in this class today. All that you need is yourself and someplace to move. If you know that you like to practice with blocks, of course you can have those available as well. And when you're ready, let's get started. We'll start today seated. You can be here in Sukhasana, an easy seat, or if you prefer, you can come up to sitting on your knees. And wherever you are, go ahead and bring your palms either to face up on your thighs or to face down on your thighs. Allow your eyes to gently fall closed. And check that you're closing your eyes effortlessly rather than clenching or gripping all of the tiny muscles. And start to feel your sit bones rooting toward the earth. Feel elongation and length crawling up your spine, through the crown of your head and beyond. Relax your jaw. And begin to settle into your breath. Notice the way that you were breathing as you came onto your mat today. And without trying to change or fix the breath, start to send all your awareness to every inhalation and every aspect of the inhalation. And then watch your exhale as it flows out. And see if you can begin to cultivate this sense of complete immersion into the experience of breathing. And let yourself be captivated by the breath. Spellbound. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh out of your mouth. Notice the effects of the sigh on your physical body. As you're breathing out, maybe you can sense that the shoulders are relaxing, or even it's like the pores of your skin are softening. Take another inhale through your nose, filling up. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Continue deepening your breath. Feel with every inhale that you're filling up from the base of your pelvis, through the ribs, all the way to the surface of the collarbones. And feel with every exhale that there's a sense of renewal. It's like a fresh start. Stay here just for a couple more moments. And set an intention for your practice today to observe from this sense of wonder and awe the ways in which breath and body can interact and relate to one another. It's like this dance or a conversation. Blink your eyes open and find your way up to hands and knees. And start by spreading your palms so that you can become as sensitive as possible through the finger pads, anchoring them down to the earth, and then drag them back toward the center of each palm. And really feel that the shoulders are aligned over the wrists and that the hips are over the knees. It's like you're kind of locking into a central point here. And now begin just to explore your body and your space. This can look and be any kind of movement that you are inspired to take. If you're not sure where to go, you can start with some cat-cows, arching the spine as you inhale and rounding the spine as you exhale. And let that eventually migrate into whatever unique expression is feeling good in your body. Allow your awareness to remain entirely entrained to the physical sensations in your body. Notice as you become distracted, and try not to judge the naturalness of the mind wandering, but just draw yourself back to the present through the breath and through the body. And then start to make your way back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under. Try to get all 10 toes to tuck, even the pinky toe. Then press your palms down and forward. Hug left hand and right hand toward one another. Float your knees and glide into a sweet downward facing dog. Take breath deeply through your spine and up and down your hamstrings, your calves, the Achilles tendons, and even into the soles of your feet. See if you can feel the intricacies of this posture. So the shoulder blades are revolving externally away from one another. It's like a spreading action through your upper back. Your biceps are spiraling forward and your triceps are wrapping back. Then feel stretchiness being created from the tip of your tailbone rising to the sky and the crown of your head reaching forward toward your thumbs. Take 2 more breaths here. As you inhale, lift both heels and begin to round forward into high plank. Go slow, feeling the wave as it travels from low back to middle back to upper back, rounding, and press the earth away between your palms. Now, as you exhale, start to micro bend knees and elbows from the tip of your tailbone. Glide back toward downward facing dog, but as you go, pivot your heels toward the right side of your mat. Root your right heel and your right big toe. Keep the left heel floating and then press your heart back toward your thighs, creating a big stretch into the left ribs and the left side body. If you like, you can come up onto the left fingertips and start to turn your gaze inside of your left elbow. Breathe in. Breathe out and pivot your heels back to parallel, downward facing dog. Inhale. Float your heels, ride your breath forward to high plank. As you exhale, knees and elbows micro bend. Lift your hips up, back, and toward the left. Heels go down to the left. Drop the left heel and big toe. Keep the right heel floating, and then press your heart back to your thighs. It's almost like you're trying to stack your right hip on top of the left one. If you're okay here, you can pop up onto the right fingertips and gaze under your arm. Big fluid breaths. Place the right palm down. Pivot your heels back to parallel, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your heels and come forward into high plank. As you exhale, this time lower chaturanga. Take it really slow for 3. For 2, hug your elbows toward your ribs. For 1, then sink your pelvis, your heart, and your chin to the earth. Untuck your toes behind you. Press the toenails down. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Lift your quads, energizing them. Press your pubic bone down, and then start to curl or coil your heart away from the earth. Heart and hands float. Let your neck stay aligned with the rest of your spine. Activate the back body, squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathe into baby cobra. As you breathe out, place your palms down. Tuck your toes behind you. Come through hands and knees, and then arch your back as you reach your hips towards your heels, but keep dragging back on the fingertips into an active child's pose. Breathe in, round your spine, come forward through hands and knees like a cat pose. And then as you exhale, slowly go back, press back into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Notice how it feels as the breath hits your nostrils. See if you can breathe evenly through both sides of your nose. And try to feel the entire complete pathway of the breath in and out. Inhale to float your heels and shift forward to plank. Exhale, micro bend knees and elbows, wave through your spine and press your hips back and toward the right side of the mat. Right heel drops down, left heel stays floating. Press your right palm and foot down and away from each other. Come up onto left fingertips. Turn your gaze inside of your arm and then see if maybe you can float the left arm up toward the sky. Cactus your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades. Press your outer right hip away from the earth. Take a big inhale here. And an exhale, pivot back to downward facing dog, left palm to the earth. Inhale, float the heels like a wave, wash forward, high plank. Exhale, micro bend knees and elbows, arch your back as you lift your tailbone high. Pivot your heels toward the left. Left heel drops, left big toe plugs down. Right heel can stay lifted, come up onto your fingertips. And then press more into your left palm so that the right one can get lighter. Cactus your elbow. Really press the ground away from you as you take one more inhalation here. And then as you exhale, pivot back to downward facing dog. Heart presses back to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heels, wash forward, high plank. Exhale, slow chaturanga, lowering down, shoulders lean over the wrists for 3, for 2, for 1, and then melt your entire front body progressively down to the mat. Toes can come uncurled behind you. Breathe in into baby cobra. Breathe out, just stay. Now let's take 10 pulses here. Micro movements. Every inhale, you're pulsing a little higher. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, shoulder blades hug. 4, 3, press the toenails down. 2, 1, inhale, lift. Exhale, place your palms beside the ribs, tuck your toes, shift your hips back towards your heels, arc your heart to the top of the mat, active child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Feel the breath spreading between each vertebra. On exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Notice if you can feel kind of an electric charge that's rising from the hands and feet being plugged into the earth. Inhale, heels rise, come forward into plank. Exhale, glide back, hips toward the right. Right heel drops, right big toe plugs down. Float your left arm all the way up toward the sky. Press into right palm and right foot and see if you can hover your left toes like an inch away from the earth. Maybe drive the right leg towards straight. Take an inhale and reach forward through the left fingertips so that your bicep draws beside your ear. Big rainbow arc. And then as you exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, come forward, plank. Exhale, both heels go toward the left. Left heel drops, right heel lifts. Breathe in and reach your right arm high to the sky. Breathe out, press down into left hand and left foot, especially the big toe, and then see if you can float the right leg to hover just like an inch or so away from the left one. Keep pressing down and maybe reach the right arm all the way forward. Draw your shoulder into the midline of your body and then stretch past the edges of fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out and slowly pivot back to downward facing dog. Right palm down, right foot down. Inhale, heels rise, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower for 5, 4, good. 3, slow and steady. 2, 1, sink your hips, sink your heart, untuck your toes. This time, step your fingertips out to the sides of your mat, creating little tents with them. Press your pubic bone down. Breathe in. Lift your elbows to the sky and then rise into a cobra, full cobra, unfurling. Shoulder blades come together. Feel from the middle back, the thoracic spine, that your heart is reaching forward. Take a big breath into the full front body. And then as you exhale, breathe out. 2 more rounds of oscillating cobra. Inhale, rise up, peel your body away from the earth and then stretch your heart forward. Pull back on your fingertips. As you exhale, softly, gently lower down. One more. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out and lower all the way back down. Palms come beside you, tuck the toes under, come through hands and knees, and then stretch back to active child's pose. Inhale, round forward, hands and knees. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. Let downward dog be the place where you check back in with your mental state, physical state, and also with the depth of your breath. Press your right toes down and then flip the top of your left foot down so it's like the shoelace side of your foot is rooted, and just kind of press your foot into the mat, opening into the ankle. And then switch sides so the left toes are down and then the top of the right foot comes down. Little gentle press. Good, then look forward towards your thumbs. We're gonna walk forward. You can be on tiptoes, or if you wanna press the tops of your toes down as you walk forward, that's an option as long as it's not causing you pain. Do what feels good for you. Slow little baby steps up to the top and then land in a fold. Feet hips distance apart. Hook your big toes with your peace fingers, so thumb, middle, and index finger. As you breathe in, stretch out into a halfway lift. Press your toes down. Pull back with your fingers and reach your heart forward. Knees can stay a little bit bent. And then exhale, bow down. Contract your core to go deeper into this fold. Soften the back of your neck and relax the crown of your head forward. Now it's up to you. If you'd like to continue just breathing and going back and forth between a halfway lift and a fold, you can do that. Or if you'd rather just stay in the fold, breathing, gradually deepening, that's good too. Whatever you want to do. We'll be here for 2 more rounds. Full inhales, full exhales. Release the grip of your toes. Press down and start to roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Keep your core hollow as you go. Keep your head heavy. As you rise up, you can keep the feet hips distance apart, or if you'd prefer, you can draw the feet together to touch. It's totally up to you. Float your palms down beside you. Feel your toes press into the earth. Take a breath in and stretch your fingertips wide and then all the way up overhead. As you exhale, cactus your elbows and start to pivot your torso toward the right side of your mat. Keep both hip bones pointing straight forward and let the revolution come from your rib cage up. Left ribs toward right ones. Inhale through center, all 10 fingertips reach high. Exhale to switch. Cactus the elbows and pivot toward the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Allow your gaze to eventually migrate back toward the left elbow as it happens naturally, as it unfolds from the rest of the spine revolving. Inhale through center, fingertips rise. Exhale, cactus the elbows, this time a little back bend. Press your pelvis forward, lift the pelvic floor, and then squeeze your shoulder blades to the back of your heart to support like a shelf as you lean back. Inhale, rise back up to stand, use your core. Exhale, dive down into forward fold. On your next breath in, halfway lift, lengthen out. As you exhale, place your palms. Keep the right foot rooted and just softly step your left foot to the back of your mat. Left palm stays down, breathe in, right fingertips stretch to the sky, easy twist. Pull your feet toward one another. Keep the left thigh charged so that the pelvis is like floating here. And then pull your shoulder blades together so that you can stretch your heart more toward the sky. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, bring your right palm down to the mat, step it outside of the right foot, and pivot your back heel down. Now take an inhale, Rise up all the way to stand into warrior two. Find the alignment of your feet. Find equal weight into both feet. And then tuck the left sit bone a little underneath of you. Activate your arms. It's like you're pressing down onto a shelf, like the air is made of something solid. Take 2 more steady breaths here, in and out through your nose. Feel your big toes and your pinky toes evenly rooting on both feet. Inhale, reach forward through the right fingertips. Keep a bend in your knee. You can bring right elbow to the top of your thigh and then lift the left arm to the sky into an extended side angle. Or if you're comfortable, you can bring the right fingertips down outside of your foot. Keep lengthening out of both sides of your waist. Turn your gaze toward the left thumbnail, and then on your next breath in, stretch the arm all the way forward beside your ear. Big side body stretch. Feel the line of energy that runs from the outer left foot past the tip of your fingers. Breathe in. Good, breathe out. Gaze down toward your right foot. You can heel toe the left foot in a little closer if you need, and then walk the right fingertips forward and wider of your foot. Press into the right foot. Float the left leg high into half moon. The left hip stacks over the right one. Pivot your torso toward the left side of your mat. Try to pull in through your core so there's no arching in the low back here. And then press up through the knife edge, the outer edge of your left foot, like the pinky toe side is being pulled on a string up to the sky. You can stay here. If you'd like, you can go into the Chipasana variation. Bend the left knee, kick the heel towards sit bone, and then grab for the top of the foot with the left hand. From here, begin to kick back. Imagine that your inner thighs, even though they're far away from each other, still have a little bit of activity between them. This will help you to lift your pelvic floor. Big breath in. As you exhale, release the grip of your foot if you have it. Gaze down and softly rebend into the right knee. See if you can step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat once again. As you inhale, rise, warrior two, pressing down into your feet. Exhale just to stay. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch all the way up and back, pull in through the waistlines and then arc up and over. One more big inhalation. As you exhale, palms circle down to the top of the mat. Step forward and fold forward. Feet are together. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, just fold down. Inhale, root your feet and reverse swan dive. Rise all the way up to stand and gaze toward the thumbs. As you exhale, cactus your elbows and start to turn your torso toward the right side of the mat. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale to come through center. Exhale, switch. Right elbow goes forward, left elbow goes back. Right ribs are revolving toward the left ones. Keep lifting through the waistlines. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, lean back, cactus the elbows, and puff your heart up toward the sky. No crunching in the low back. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, big dive down, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, lengthen out. Breathe out, just fold. Keep the left leg rooted. Reach your right toes long and back, stretching them all the way to the back of the mat, and then root your foot down, toes are tucked. Back knee stays lifted. Press your right palm down, and as you inhale, turn toward the left side of your mat, toward the front leg, into an easy twist. Peel your right shoulder back. Stretch forward through your heart, and keep the back heel floating directly over the ball of your foot. Take a big inhale. Good, and as you exhale, pivot back toward the top of the mat. Left fingertips root outside of the foot, and your back heel pivots down. Root the knife edge, the pinky side of the foot. As you inhale, squeeze your inner thighs together and rise into a warrior two. Give yourself a moment to sink into the posture in your body today. Try to really feel all the aspects. Breathe into the activation in your legs. And then charge through your arms as well. It's like you're stretching away from the midline while simultaneously pulling toward it by drawing the shoulder blades together. Next, inhale. Reach forward through the left fingertips, either elbow to the top of your thigh, right arm to the sky, gazing up, or you can bring the fingertips down outside of the left foot. Turn your heart toward the right. Keep tucking the left sit bone underneath of you, and as you breathe in, start to stretch your right arm forward to the top of the mat. Big inhale. Stay for your exhale. Good. Now gaze down toward the left big toe. Walk your right foot a little closer to you. Place the left fingertips forward and wider of your foot, and then launch into half moon. But try to launch in a graceful, sort of elegant way. Float the right leg up and back behind you. Stack the hips. And then begin to turn your torso toward the side of your mat. Activate the outer right hip to float your leg a little higher, and then stay here, or you can kick the heel toward the sit bone, grab for the top of your foot, and arch your back a little as you kick, flexing your toes into your hand. Plug down into the left big toe. Big breath in. Breathe out, release the foot if you had the grip. Bend the left knee deeply, and then land your right toes to the back of your mat, setting up to rise again into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, sink into your feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm rises all the way up and back. Big side body stretch. And then as you exhale, circle all the way forward back to the top of the mat. Fingertips land, and then step your right foot down beside the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Breathe in, press through your feet, rise to stand. Lift your gaze up toward the thumbs. Exhale, cactus your elbows and turn your heart toward the right side of your mat. Inhale through center, rise the arms. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow forward, left elbow back. Inhale through center, rise. Exhale, little back bend. Maybe go a little deeper this time. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. This time in one breath, root your fingertips, press the right foot down and stretch your left toes long and back behind you, inhaling. As you exhale, bend the right knee deeply and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Left fingertips root. Inhale, easy twist, turn your heart open. And exhale, stay, cactus the right elbow, and really feel that your heart is on a string that's being pulled diagonally up and forward. Good, start to circle your right fingertips down outside of your foot, pivot your back heel down. And as you breathe in, windmill your arms open into warrior two, coming all the way up to stand. As you breathe out, sink into your feet. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, extended side angle, your version. Take a big inhale breath and stay as you breathe out, bend deeply into the right knee. Now, you might just stay in extended side angle for a couple more breaths here, or if your fingertips or your right palms are all the way down flat, see if you can press down and maybe begin to come just onto the right heel. You can stay here, maybe stretch the left arm forward, grab for the outer edge of your right foot, press into left foot and right palm and see if you can pick up your leg. Big side body stretch, opening up. Hold and squeeze just for one more breath. If you lifted the leg, place it gently back down. We're all finding extended side angle once again. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Adjust as needed so that you can float the left leg up and back behind you. Stack left hip over right and then turn your heart toward the left side of your mat. Maybe there's some greater depth that you can find on this round. Take the variation if you like it. Grab for the top of the foot and then start to stretch your heart forward as your toes kick back. Equal and opposite actions. Release the foot if you gripped it. Bend your right knee and softly land your left foot to the back of your mat. Softly, maybe not so softly. Either way, inhale, press down, rise up to stand, warrior two. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, reverse warrior. Let it be stretchy and expansive and opening. As you exhale, palms cartwheel down to the top of the mat. Place the fingertips and then step the left foot beside the right, folding in. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bow. Inhale, press through your feet, rise up to stand, float your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, cactus the elbows and turn toward the right side of your mat. Hips stay square. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, lean back, press the pelvis forward. Next, inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, standing L, right foot glides back, left leg is rooted. And then exhale, land the right toes to the back of your mat. Your feet are hips distance apart. Press the right palm down. Inhale, open up, easy twist to the left. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and stretch your heart forward. One more breath. On the exhale, left fingertips return to the mat. Pivot your right heel down and then rise to stand into warrior two. Exhale, settle. Inhale, reach forward through the left fingertips and then place your fingertips down to the earth, maybe to a block or elbow to thigh. Finding your version, and you can stay wherever is good for you. Maybe you just take a few breaths into the extended side angle. That's great. If the left palm is down, try to press into it. Press into your back foot and see if you can float the left heel. And maybe you stay here. From here, stretch the right arm forward over the top of your head. See if you can grab for the outer edge of the left foot. And really, really press down and contract into the left side body. Maybe to float the leg up and away from the earth. And then turn your heart toward the right. Keep drawing the right shoulder down your back. One more breath. As you exhale, place the left foot back down if you lifted it. Everyone returning to extended side angle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward. Step into the left foot. Launch your right leg up and back behind you into half moon. And really check that you're turning your torso open toward the right. So the right hip bone is stacking. It's not spiraling down toward the mat here. And find the expression that feels good in your body. And now let all your awareness travel to the left foot, feeling the calibrations as you find your balance. Feeling an even press down into left big toe and pinky toe. Lift the arch of your foot. Let's take one more breath in. Breathe out, release the grip of the foot if you took it. Bend the left knee and land your right leg back behind you. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale, stay, sink. Inhale, reverse warrior, big stretch up and back. Exhale, circle your palms down to the top of the mat. Plant them, step forward and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Now walk your feet away from one another. So they're about hips distance apart, and then turn your toes a little bit out. Lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, sink to Malasana. Hips come down between the heels. Bring your palms to meet at heart center. Lengthen through your spine and close your eyes. Let the breath slow and deepen and travel through the core of your pelvis, melting into the hip creases. Press your knees wide, but then create a connection from inner thighs to elbows as well, pressing a little bit into the midline. Blink your eyes open, reach forward with the fingertips, inhaling, and exhale, sink your hips all the way down to the mat. Place your feet forward, grab for the fronts of your shins. Take a breath in, stick your butt back, roll to the outer edges of your feet, squeeze your shoulder blades, stretch your heart up, and lift your eyes to the sky. As you exhale, draw in through your core, belly button to spine. Keep activation and brightness in your toes. Just hollow the core and pull back on your shins. Again, inhale, it's like a cow, arching the back, butt back, heart forward. Exhale, round in, belly button drags towards your spine. Inhale, reach forward through the fingertips. And exhale, roll all the way down to lying on your back. Going for 5, 4, 3, use your core. 2, 1. At the bottom, stay here. Fingertips reaching forward, shoulder blades lifted, low back down. Or you can float the legs and reach the toes forward into Ardha Navasana. And then we'll just rock for 10, for 9. Inner thighs together, inner ankles together. 7, 6. Breathe through what you feel. Last 5. Shoulder blades up. 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the legs lifted. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. Fingertips go behind your head. Bend your knees so they float over the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out, bicycle crunch. Turn. Left elbow toward right knee. Inhale through center. Both knees bent. Shoulder blades still up. Exhale to twist. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to keep your elbows wide. Inhale. Tips of the shoulder blades away from the ground. Exhale. 1 more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Release. Back of the heart, back of the head down to the mat. Draw the soles of your feet together to touch and allow your knees to fall open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take 1 hand to your low belly and 1 hand up to your heart. Allow your knees to surrender to gravity and then simultaneously keep a little bit of activation by pressing the inner sides of your feet together, like the big toe mounds and even the big toes, and then press the knife edges of your feet down into the earth. See if you can become completely immersed in the breath, in the body melting, and also in any effects that you can notice from your movement practice today. Any of the sort of magical, tingly, sparkly sensations of circulation. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can draw the knees in together, bring them toward your chest, give yourself a big hug, and then find your way into a Shavasana, stretching yourself out wide and long and open. Feel your back body melting to the earth beneath you. And feel the front line of your body open to receiving any information, any insights that may come to you through this rest, as though you're like a sponge and you're absorbing. And try to drop everything now and float into a full surrender. encourage you to stay here even longer if you have the time. And when you're ready to come out, start to listen intently to your breath. Let it fill your torso deeply. And when you breathe out, feel the breath spreading down the arms, down the legs, letting movement return into your fingers and your toes. On your next inhale, stretch long, arms back, toes forward. As you exhale, you can come to fetal pose, or you can just roll up your spine and find your way back into a seat eventually. If you do take fetal pose, let yourself just pause there and feel for a moment. As you rise back up into Sukhasana or to a kneeling position, try to keep your eyes closed, staying inside of your experience. And then once you arrive in your seat, flip your palms to face up toward the sky. And now take a moment to acknowledge the magical sensations or effects of allowing yourself to be spellbound by the experience in the physical body and the interaction between your breath and your movement. Moving into the rest of your day or your night, look for places and ways to incorporate more wonder. Where can you be spellbound? Can you allow yourself to be captivated and enchanted by maybe seemingly mundane experiences? Draw your palms to meet together at heart center. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Bow your chin towards your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this class. I hope you're enjoying the magical theme this month, and I hope you're doing really well wherever you are. You can go down below and subscribe to my channel before you go, or join as a monthly donation member. Either of these really helps to support me. I so appreciate you, and I'll see you soon in the next class. Bye.